Welcome back, Dialogue Dolls.
Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Feels like it's been a long time since we've been on this. I
It
don't know why,
really does.
even though we get on every week, but it feels like a long time has passed since I've seen you.
It's been a long week. I feel like every week is a long week.
No, for real. Yeah. And I feel like it's been like a busy week for us. And it just seems like it was 2 weeks in one, kind of.
It really does.
Tell me about your week.
Let me take a drink. I just burped and some came out.
Did you say something came out?
Yes. And I'm like, please no. I've gone a week without vomiting.
Oh, God. The first vomit on the podcast.
God. Let's hope not.
I know.
Now my dog's like obsessed with vomit. Like everything. He's like, are you going to vomit?
Oh my gosh.
So, or he drank like my matcha this week and I was too sweet because I made my own vanilla syrup.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough room in the container, so I was like, whatever, I'm just going to use the rest of this so it doesn't get wasted in my matcha.
Yeah.
And I put it, and then he tried my matcha, and he was like, he has a sweet tooth, but if anything's like too sweet, he's like,
Not
ew.
into it.
So he tried it, and it was like a little sweet, but I still liked it. And he was like, that's too sweet. He's like, I think you're throwing up because your matcha is too sweet. I was like,
Oh, okay. You're like, okay, noted.
My bad. So he made me a below zero hot chocolate today. It's mostly melted, but bomb. It's basically chocolate milk at this point. We're
Yum.
not
complaining.
Okay, this week was our first week of homeschool. That was a success.
Exciting.
I do need to be better at getting the materials, like the optional materials as far as books. So I made myself a list for this next week. I haven't gone to the library yet, so
yeah.
Whoops, might have to do it on Monday, but
yeah.
What else? We had the baby's appointment. Everything's going good at the birth center.
Yay.
I'm feeling good. I haven't thrown up in a week.
Good.
I still have my moments where it's like, oh no. And when you start feeling better, you start to be like more naive of like, well, I don't have to eat right away. I'm feeling fine. And then all of a sudden you're like, downhill. I'm going to vomit.
Yeah. Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah. Be ready to eat at all times. Okay. I've been like a snacky bitch and I've been obsessed with the natural version of essentially like Takis, rolled corn chips. So that's been my obsession.
I don't blame you.
Which is kind of interesting because I don't remember craving anything spicy with Arkham.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know. I'm still craving sweet stuff and I craved sweet stuff with Arkham.
Yeah.
I craved mostly sweet stuff with Arkham. So I don't know.
We'll have to get that down.
Blue or not.
I know. I'm so intrigued. I can't wait to know what it is so that we can see if anything makes sense.
If anything adds up. But otherwise, this week has just been good. Just a lot of like trying to get stuff organized and done. We still don't have countertops in the kitchen. And in the next like few weeks, we're going to get them. So that's good. We've had a stray dog that's been coming into our yard. Only because we don't have one fence panel on, so we can walk through to our neighbors. So we've got to get something up because it wouldn't jump the fence.
Yeah.
So we need to get something up because some people have had encounters with it and said it's aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
We have only seen it through a window 3 times now. And it seems skittish, but you never know. And it's not like a poodle, you know? It's not like a little Yorkie. So it's so weird. It's a big dog. Like people are like, it's a German Shepherd. It's not a German Shepherd. It's beautiful. Okay. It's like black on top and its legs are brown and striped. Wow. And it's, what are those dogs? People train them and they're very intense dogs. They're also police dogs, but they're not German Shepherd. They're like Malinois or something. They look like a German Shepherd, but they're much fitter and they don't have long hair.
Interesting.
So they're strong dogs. And
Yeah.
it's not like I sent a picture to one of the neighbors and she was like, "Oh my God, it looks starving." I was like, "No, it's a fit dog. It's very fit." So supposedly, I've never seen it on our walk, and supposedly it lives on our street, but other people have seen it on our walk. It
Mhm.
has gone after two people that I know of, both men. So like the wives were with them and it went after the men. And
Yeah.
then there's another mom on my street who's seen it. She started carrying pepper spray and like rocks in her pocket because she has like a little baby littler than Arkham
Mhm.
and also a dog. And then somebody else that's a solo walking lady, she said she carries like a big stick because she's been also afraid of it. But it's also it's been seen like several blocks away. Like I've seen it almost a year ago when I was driving. And I was like, it's a loose dog, but I can't do anything. I have Arkham in the car and I don't have an option to stop and try to get it.
Yeah.
So, and then I put it on like our neighborhood Facebook, and pretty much everybody was like, yes, this is the dog. We've tried to have a professional dog catcher catch it. They can't. The police and animal control have roamed for several months trying to get it. Somebody else commented was like, it's come to my yard for 2 years now, like several blocks away. And they're like, I just yell at it to leave because I can't get it. And like I have kids. And so it's very weird. And like when it comes into our yard, Greta is like sitting there like, OMG. And she like watches the like the window for like a half hour after, like,
Yeah.
but it could definitely attack any of us. It's a decent dog.
Yeah.
So, and then the fact that people have said it's aggressive is concerning.
Yeah. That's just so sad. I don't like understand why.
And it has a collar, but no tags. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking if it does continue to come back, I'm going to call animal control and say, like, I think I know where the owner is because some people have reported that it's an owner down the street. I've never seen the people at this house. But it's a long driveway, and I just noticed when we were driving by the other day, there's a house, and then there's also a house behind it. So I wouldn't know which
Yeah.
house it belongs to. And
Yeah.
both of those don't have a fence. So I'm thinking they let it out to go to the bathroom, and then sometimes it just runs off.
That is I hate, like, irresponsible owners like that.
For real, because who knows if it's even fixed? I don't know if it's a boy. I'm assuming it is. But like, who knows if it's a boy or girl? Like, it could be getting other dogs pregnant. In our county, it's illegal. Unless you have a breeder's license and you're a registered breeder, your dogs have to be fixed.
Yeah.
But of course, people aren't
Yeah.
actually doing that a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very concerning. It's like, and then a lot of people walk with their dogs, their kids, older people in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, and I like anybody that so my neighbor that's seen it, it tried to attack her husband, and she was like, "Oh my God, it's gonna come after me after it gets him." Like, oh my God. And so she was like, "Go home," and she was like screaming at it, and it left.
Yeah.
So it seems to like leave. So when it was in our yard, I just kind of like I didn't want to open the door because I didn't want Arkham or Greta to squeeze out because they're both like right there. Like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, back up.
Yeah.
So um P yelled at it, and it went to the back of the yard, and it was just like staring at him like, and I was like, weird. And then I came up and he's like, it's not leaving. And I came up and I was like, go home. And it left. So I think its owner must be a woman. I don't know. It's kind of strange, like that he yelled at it and it did run, but it like looked back, like,
Yeah.
get you. I was like, it's because it's a loose dog. A loose dog.
Well, you'll have to keep us updated. Let me know. Hopefully,
So we're gonna have to put a piece of fence up.
yeah.
But it's so that's been interesting this week. So I've been kind of texting with neighbors about like what to do or what's gone on with it, or if they know what.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know if I would go knock on the person's door.
Yeah.
But and it doesn't seem nobody can really catch it because I thought like maybe if I like go out there and like get it in a crate, but then I'm alone with a dog and a young child, and what if it attacks me and I'm pregnant?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hate
So
irresponsible owners like that. It's like, it's
yeah,
not safe for your dog, and then it's like, yeah, if the
and
dog
God
scared,
forbid it gets hit. Like
it's seriously.
so, I don't know. So that's been a bulk of the week, honestly, and just like trying to get stuff organized, figured out figure out what we actually need for the baby, because I feel like my pregnancy is actually going faster than like, even though I'm struggling through a lot, it is seeming to be going pretty fast now.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. Are you how many weeks are you?
I'm 15 weeks.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So I'm like a third of the way. Is that right?
Yeah. I think so, almost halfway.
Yeah. 5 more weeks and I'm halfway.
I know, that's so exciting.
That seems crazy.
I know.
Also, my husband got a new job offer. So that's been exciting, but also a little bit stressful because he's going to have to be gone for an amount of time. So it'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
I know. It's okay.
If I'm
I
on the
think
podcast and I look like I just crawled out of bed, if
you're like, I
a
did.
hole, I maybe did.
Yeah. Well, hopefully the dog situation gets resolved, and I'm
Yeah, I'll
excited
keep
for
everyone posted.
a new job, so I think it'll be really good.
I think so. It's just going to be definitely a little transition. Arkham's like obsessed with airplanes and he wants to go on an airplane so bad. So
That's so
he gets upset when like he hears P's going to the airport to like go. It's like, I want to go. I'm like,
cute.
oh,
Oh,
we'll see. So it's going to be hard. Last time when he had to leave for a job, it was hard. And then he doesn't have an iPhone because he's lame. So we had to like try to do Zoom chats. I don't know.
lame.
Lame. Just get an iPhone.
I know, seriously.
How about your week?
Good. My week was good. It was productive. I have done 2 workout classes this weekend. So Saturday, I did a Pure Barre workout class, which I've been seeing all over. They've gotten really popular. Because I think it shifted from like Pilates got really popular, and then people have kind of shifted to the Pure Barre classes being really popular now. And I've tried Pilates and I did like it, but the classes are just really expensive. And so I found this one place that offered an intro class for free.
Oh.
I did that yesterday and it was definitely a
And that
workout.
studio, all they do is Pure Barre.
Yeah.
And then they're not far.
No, it's like a street or 2 over.
Oh,
And with the Pure Barre, they have like different styles. So like you can switch it up. They have like a Define or like one that's more cardio based or one that's more like weights based or one that's more like yoga based or just like the classic. And I just did the classic. Um so that was nice. And then I did hot yoga, which everybody loves hot yoga these days. And it's never like called me, like I've never felt drawn to it. Also because I just like, I don't know, like being in a hot room and like Jamil does it. He comes back and like he takes a change of clothes and his clothes are just soaking. And I'm like, I don't know if like that's where like my workout joy will come from, like full on sweating and being in like a stuffy, hot room with all these bodies. Like, I don't know if I would enjoy that. So I've never like gone, but then one of my friends got a membership, like a 2-week membership, and she gets a guest pass. So she really wanted me to go. So she convinced me and I went and it was good. It was actually like way better than I thought. I've never sweat so much in my life. I was sweating in areas I didn't know I could sweat. Let's just say that. And it was so like it was way better than I thought. It was so much easier than I thought it was
so
gonna
if you
be.
had to choose one to stick with, would you pick the Pure Barre or would you pick the hot yoga?
Oh, Pure Barre. I don't know if I'd ever do
Okay.
it again. Like it was great, but it's just like it's not you're just like sweating and like stretching kind of and doing like, like you are working your muscles a little bit, but like
Not the same.
it's not really for me, you know?
Okay.
I'm just like focused on, I mean, I think every once in a while, but I don't think I would do hot yoga like that much. A lot of
Weekly.
people like it because like you get a good sweat and you kind of like detox.
I'm like
But
wanting to do it. There's a studio not far from us, not super far. Like after the baby, I like really want to like join a yoga class because I really
yeah,
want to teach like kids yoga eventually.
yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I've been trying to like get more into the classes to switch up like the workouts, and it's nice because you're like with people, so it kind of motivates you. And so yeah, the workout classes have been good. I think I'm going to sign up for ClassPass because with ClassPass it offers
That's
like
what I
a
was gonna ask you.
classes. So like if I'm doing Pure Barre like once a week and then like 3 months from now I'm like I'm over it, I could just like switch to doing like Pilates or like take a yoga class or a spin class or like
On
whatever.
ClassPass, we're open for sponsorship.
Yeah, seriously.
And so do you pay yearly or do you pay monthly for ClassPass? And how many like classes can you? How does that work?
So you get a certain amount of you pay for however many points you think you're gonna use in a month because
Okay.
every class is a different amount of points. Um, so I don't know. Every class is different amount of points, so I wouldn't really know until I like get on there. But I think Jamil, he pays like 50 bucks a month
Oh,
and he gets like 20 something credits or points or whatever. And then he can use those like so if a class is 5 credits or 8 credits or then you just like pick them and reserve them and then if you need to cancel, you can cancel. But I don't think that the credits roll over, so it like motivates you
got
to
it.
like make sure to like do your classes. But if you want more credits, like if you want like 40 credits or 30 credits, you would just pay more. I'm
So,
sure.
and they're different studios. Like with ClassPass, can you do that Pure Barre class that you went to?
I would have to see if they're on there. So it's
Okay.
just a bunch of workout places if it's kind of
If
like
they're
with
part of it.
Dash or like Uber Eats, if like if they're a part of it or not. They're relatively new, so I don't think they're gonna be on there, but there's a few Pure Barre classes like over near us that are on it, I'm sure. So I think I'm gonna do that so I can do like one class a week.
Love.
Yeah, so it's been pretty good. Other than that, other than the classes,
You
I
did
got
go get a mani pedi.
oh yeah, I got a mani-pedi, just a pink, just a baby pink. I cut my hair a little bit, so I'm feeling refreshed, feeling good. You know, I'm feeling
You
like
sweated it out. You're like spod out all throughout the
yeah,
week.
seriously. The hair, the nails, the workout. Honestly, I will say like the shower after the hot yoga was like the best shower I've ever
Did you
had.
take a hot shower?
It was like warm. I wouldn't say it was hot like I usually do, but it was like warm. But just like scrubbing your body, like exfoliating, it was just like felt like it was such a great shower. So
Love. I'm jealous. I could be in the shower right now.
it was I was like, that was such a good shower. Yeah, other
God,
than that,
sorry, my voice is still
that's
off.
okay. Not much going on other than that. Um, yeah, I don't think anything.
We've just been chatting about mom cars all week.
I know, serious.
And I don't know what else. I finally like, got my mountain of clothes put away. Today I felt good enough. And I
Yeah.
still have one more load. I just feel like
Oh my gosh, speaking about like mom and pregnancy and babies and genders, I just saw this video and oh my God, it made me so mad. If this happened to me, I would be livid. Um, so this couple was having a baby and the husband they were gonna get surprised through a cake. You know how like people are doing that, like you cut into the cake. So they took the envelope or whatever with the results and they gave it to a bakery and was like, okay, like here, can you like put the inside? So they did like the cake was beautiful and they said it tasted really good. So they did like a pink and blue bow on top.
I'm nervous what it's gonna
He was
be.
like he was like recording because I think he was like vlogging. And he went to go pick it up. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'll go. And she brings it out and, he goes, "Oh, thank you," and the thing is on top, the letter's on top, and she goes, "Oh, this is it, it's pink inside." And he goes, "Oh," and she goes, "Oh," and she looks around, she's like, "Oh, sorry." And he was like, "Oh, like, you weren't supposed to tell me that." And she was
Like
like,
people have been doing gender reveals
"What?
long enough
I
to
was
like where
waiting for this." No, I was like, I would've been livid. Like, "What?"
smashing the cake on you.
Yeah, I'm like, I would be like, "Do I have to pay for this now? Like, what?"
Just ruined it. I don't even want this cake.
Yeah, so the dad's like, "Okay, well, like, that just ruined like, I'll never get this moment back of, like, finding out
And I'm
the
with
chance of
you.
our first baby with my wife, and, like, you just ruined it for me." So, like so he's like, "Whatever, okay, I'm not gonna tell my wife that, like, she
Yeah, I feel
ruined
like
it
it's
for."
still exciting to like see your wife's face.
Yeah, so now he's like, "Okay, whatever, like, let me just, like, push aside, it is what it is." So then he goes, and then they film them, like, and then they're like, "Okay, like, let's cut into it," and then
And it's
sure.
blue inside.
Wait, no, it's pink. So then she's like, "Oh my gosh." So before they're like, "Oh, what do you guess it is?" And then, she's like, "Oh, I think it's a boy because, like, all of your family has boys, so I feel like it's a boy because of that." So then she was surprised. She's like, "Oh my gosh, it's a girl." And she's like, emotional. I think she would have cried either way, but, like,
Yeah.
crying. And, he's like, "Okay, well, I have a confession, like, she ruined it for me." The wife was, like, laughing, like, cracking up, like, how it happened, like, "What?" And so it was fine. And they're like, "Okay, let's just make sure." So they open the envelope and then they see they're like, "Okay, female, yeah." And then, it skips to another part of the video, and she goes, "Oh, I'm just gonna go online to double check." And then it's, like, a day later or something, she's like, "Oh, yeah, like, my coworker helped me find, like, where to check online." And she's like, "It's a boy. We're having a boy." And so she's like, "It's a boy." She's like, "The people and us read my gender."
Oh my god.
I'm like she's like, "So I guess you were surprised after." And I was like, "Oh my god."
What a mess.
Having a boy, I just wanted to she, like, woke him up at, like, 5 AM or something. She's like, "It's a boy. It's a boy." And he's like, "What?"
What are you talking about?
Oh my god. I'm like,
I
"What?"
think it's super hard. Like that's why I think it's risky finding out what it is even because there was a couple like when I taught at a school and like they literally had everything pink because
Okay.
they told him it was a girl and everything and then they had it and it was a boy. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like this day and age, that's cray.
Yeah, my mom said that they couldn't even, like, find out what I was. They wanted to, but every time they had an ultrasound, my legs were crossed because 'cause I'm a lady. So so they, like, couldn't they're like, "I don't know, like, we can't get her to, like, uncross her legs." So they, like, couldn't really
They
find out.
didn't know what you were.
I have to double check, either they found out at the very end, but they said it, like, in the beginning, every ultrasound, they, like, couldn't find out because my legs were crossed every time. I'm like, "What?"
My mom did not want to find out what I was, but she broke close to the end, like literally when she was like 9 months, and she really wanted she really wanted a boy. I mean, she had three sisters, and then she had my sister, so she was like devastated that I was a girl. But it's fine. I was a tomboy, anyways. Also, I was gonna say on the like baby center boards, because like if you've been pregnant or if you're trying, there's like really good resources on baby centers sometimes. But like on the boards, there's like more people than you would think that are like, I can't even deal with this gender disappointment. And like they're like, I just like did not want a boy. And I'm like, what is wrong with I don't know. Maybe if that's you, I'm sorry, but like I can't fathom it.
I know, I think I've seen a lot of videos too that are, um, trying to normalize gender disappointment because I think there's, like we're, like, seeing more videos of people, like, they already have 3 boys and then they haven't they do a gender it's another boy, and then they're like, "Dang." And then people are like it's like 50-50. People are like, "Oh, just be happy," and then other people are like, "Oh, let them be disappointed." So I've been seeing it a lot, like, people trying to normalize the gender disappointment. I don't know how I feel about it. I think
I don't think I could ever agree with it. I mean, even though my mom was one and like it doesn't hurt my feelings, you know what I mean? Like it's whatever, I don't care. But like I don't know. To me, it's just like, are you insane? Like, there's so many people, and I know this is like a different route, but it's like there's so many people that can't even get pregnant, and like, or there's people that get pregnant and they have babies with like disabilities or issues, or so like, what is your problem? Your baby's healthy, and if you know you're going to be disappointed, don't find out till the end because when you have a brand new baby shoot out of you, you're like not going to be disappointed.
yeah, yeah, I
I don't
know.
know.
Do you think there's like two truths though, where like you could be disappointed, but then still happy that it's like a healthy baby, but like not disappointed where you're like don't want it, but disappointed where you're like, dang, I already have like 4 boys and I really wanted to experience a
Being a
girl.
girl.
Yeah. Or like a different gender. Like I would love to like have the little girl that like maybe gets married and like do different things with like different genders, but I don't know. I guess you don't know until
Until you're in that position.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe too, it's like a personality thing
Mhm.
because I feel like some people are obviously easily disappointed by certain things. Like, oh, my husband got me a white car and I really wanted a black one. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I feel
Yeah.
like there's definitely those type of people. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe one day it would happen to me, but like, I feel like I could never be disappointed. I mean, I was shocked. Like, I tell people when they ask me, like, what do you think this baby is? We didn't find out what Arkham was. And I literally, like, I did not think it was a boy. Everybody thought it was a girl.
No, it was
And like
crazy.
I would have bet all the money I had that it was a girl. Like I was so convinced. And then when he came out, they put him on me and they covered him up. And then I was like, wait, like what
No.
is it? And I literally have the picture of me in my birth video where I was like, no, I like could not even fathom that I had a boy. Like what?
Yeah. I know, that's wild. It was
That was
crazy,
wild.
crazy time.
And I mean, I had headbands all set up. I still have them.
Yeah.
So, but then when I was going through my baby clothes this last time when we moved, I got rid of a lot of stuff girl wise because I was like, I would not even put a daughter in this probably.
Yeah.
And I think I got rid of a lot of girl stuff just because I was like, I don't feel like I'll have a girl. But then if you ask me what this baby is, I think it's a girl. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
I know, it's so hard to know. It's so hard to predict.
But I wouldn't bank on it because like I was so
Yeah.
convinced.
Yeah.
So
And it's just, like I feel like there's really like no telling. So
yeah,
we'll have to
like
see.
wives' tales are fun, but like they're
Yeah.
not like everybody was like, it's a girl because you're so sick because I was so sick with Arkham. And then I think about it now and I'm like, well, it's like testosterone is in your body. So maybe that's why you're so
Yeah.
sick with a boy. That would make sense. But then it's just pregnancy hormones. So I don't know. And I was sick this time too. So
Yeah.
we'll
And
see.
we'll have to see. Okay, should we get into the stories?
Let's get into it.
Okay, speaking about kids, so there's a rumor going around that Kourtney Kardashian's son, Mason,
Okay.
father.
What?
He's 13 years old. So that's been the recent rumor this week is that I don't even know how it came about. Like, I didn't dive that deep into it, but people will start pulling stuff from everywhere and coming up with these conspiracy theories that Mason is a father. And then somebody also dragged this conspiracy theory that Kourtney's baby was
Is
actually
me.
baby. However, Kourtney Kardashian breaks silence on rumors.
I
Mason
feel
just
like that would be insane.
no,
Does
it
he
was
even go to school?
yeah. So it says Kourtney Kardashian is speaking out after rumors surface online that her and Scott Disick's 15-year-old son is now a dad. Um, Kourtney Kardashian has been keeping up with the internet and she has something to say about it. After rumors surfaced online that Kourtney's 15-year-old son, Mason Disick,
I can't
whose
believe
dad
he's 15.
I know, had recently welcomed a child, the Kardashian star shut down the chatter. She says, I rarely address rumors or conspiracies regarding myself or my family, but this is about my child, and it feels wrong to let anyone think for a second that these lies are remotely true. She wrote in a March 2nd Instagram story post. They are not. Mason does not have a child. These accounts that pretend to be him are definitely not him. They are fake. The 45-year-old who also shares Penelope Disick, who's 12, and Rain
Oh.
Disick, 10, with Scott, as well as 15-month-old son
Son
with
with
husband,
husband.
Chris, went on to note that her oldest child has kept largely out of the spotlight. My son really values his privacy, and I'm asking all media to please be respectful. He is a kid with
Yeah.
feelings and a beautiful life ahead of him. She added, please stop spreading false narratives and spinning lies. Kourtney ended her message by addressing social media users directly, adding, "And to all the other people making videos about my kids, who, by the way, are minors, please stop and leave them alone."
100% agree.
Yeah, so the reality star statement also comes shortly after Scott opened up about having conversations with their son Mason about his dating life on Chloe's podcast. He's starting to really like girls, and obviously girls like him, Scott told Chloe. I just said, "You can do whatever you want, just don't lie and don't manipulate any girls." So if a girl tells you she wants to maybe do something with you and like hook up or whatever, if she knows that you're not in a relationship with her, don't tell her you are just to get something out of her. So it seems like
Interesting Scott's advice.
he's trying to make sure Mason doesn't follow down the wrong path like he did, which I'm glad to see that. He's trying to
I
write
mean, we
his
love
wrong.
Scott, but
Yeah,
we
he's
love
trying to
now
write his
Scott.
so I thought that was funny. But I think it is sad that, like, so many people and the media and just people on Instagram and social media, like, I can't imagine, like, starting a rumor about a child.
Especially like there's so many adults to attack and rumorize and all that. Why do you need to focus on a child? Also, I
And
can't believe Mason's 15 and there
yeah,
are younger parents, I guess. We know one that was a parent at 14. So that's crazy. But yeah, I doubt it.
so, yeah, I'm glad she said something because I just feel like those rumors and the conspiracies, they get out of control sometimes. And as an adult, it's like, fine, whatever. You know it's a lie. Let
Leave
people
it. Not even gonna let people.
like, especially like a child that's in 15, like high school, that's already a tough time. And like, imagine getting bullied about it or like picked on about it. Like, we don't need. So, you're a grown adult. Stop with the rumors.
About children. Come on.
Seriously. The next story, Tyra Banks. Haven't heard about her in a minute.
Oh
Tyra
Lord.
Banks addresses America's Next Top Model backlash 6 years later. So you saw
Wow.
backlash, right? Where people like are pulling these crazy clips of them saying stuff that would never fly in today's society.
I mean, we watched Next Top Model. That was, I mean, that was a crazy time that we grew up in, truthfully.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of the stuff being thrown at back at Tyra might be a little deserved.
Right. She said some crazy stuff.
And
So
I don't, as a person, whatever, but when she was hosting Dancing with the Stars, it was actually killing it for me. I was like, you are actually annoying.
yeah, I was not either. So it says Tyra Banks is speaking out again about the controversy surrounding America's Next Top Model more than 6 years after her series ended its run after 24 seasons. Tyra Banks is aware that some people were not rooting for her on America's Next Top Model, but more than 6 years after the reality show ended its run, she is proud of the work she has done on the series. She says, "Over 20 years ago, I created a show called America's Next Top Model," the 51-year-old said. "And you guys have no idea how hard we fought to bring the diversity to that television show at a time when it didn't exist." But there wasn't really that much
There's
diversity.
no thick girls on that.
But I think that's why it was. In her speech, Banks recalled the pushback she received about the casting of some contestants. To show different beauties at a time when the world was like, "What? You casting that?" She said. "I was like, why can the girl from the trailer park become a supermodel, but the girl that's chilling in the park in the hood can't?" And we fought and we struggled and we made it happen. Did we get it right? Hell no. I said some dumb shit. So I feel like when she's referencing diversity, talking
She's just
about
talking about skin color.
yeah. So the Coyote Ugly alum continued, "But I refuse to have my legacy be about some stuff linked together on the internet when there were 24 cycles of change in the world. And I am so excited that I and so many of us have opened that door for others to follow." Banks has addressed criticism over America's Next Top Model before. Several scenes from the show have stirred controversy over the years, when she told Cycle 6 winner Danny Evans that she'd never make it as a model because of the gap in her teeth, and a Cycle 13 challenge in which contestants had their skin darkened for a biracial themed photo shoot. Been seeing the post about the insensitivity of some past America's Next Top Model moments, and I agree with you, Banks tweeted. Looking back, those were some really off choices. Appreciate your honest feedback, and I'm sending so much love and virtual hugs. So I don't know how I feel about it.
I feel like you can't attack her for it now. She can't change it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But the show was horrible. It was horrible for young kids like us to be watching.
It's so bad.
And
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it was a different time. So
you cannot, like, I disagree with cancel culture. So in that sense,
yeah,
like, she doesn't deserve to be like canceled because she didn't let thick girls on or whatever. That was the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's also multiple people a part of running that show and making those stuff. So it's
They're
like
just less famous than her.
Right, exactly. So she's gonna take, like, she was the face of the show. She's gonna take all of it. But I feel like she did a good little, not apology, but like, it is what it is. I get it. Some of the shit I said was dumb and like it wasn't the best, but
she looks good for 51.
She does look good.
But I mean, she's thick. And now she knows what it's like a little more, I think.
Oh my God, I just saw this thing and somebody was like, can we just talk about how Lizzo told everybody that it was like okay to be thicker and like, you know, body positivity, and then she went and got skinny?
I feel like that happens a lot. Kind of like Meghan Trainor. Are you frozen? Okay, you were frozen for a second.
Okay, yeah, you do.
I was like, I lost her. I feel like that happens. That happens a lot. Like now, look at Meghan Trainor. She wrote all about that base, and now she's like getting thin. I mean, good for her. She's getting healthy, but like she's gonna get boob implants and all that. And I just like feel like you were like a role model for young girls, being like, you know, be about your body, be about yourself, like be in your own skin, and then here you are going to like put fake stuff in your body.
Yeah, totally. I know. So very interesting. Okay, so we are
technical difficulties with Zoom.
We just did this. So if we don't seem as surprised as some of the stuff we're saying, it's because it's the second go. So we are on the third and final story. In other news, with the Oscars happening this weekend, I am going to be going over the most shocking moments in Oscars history, from Will Smith's slap to La La Land's fake win. We already said who's hosting? Conan O'Brien? Yeah. Interesting.
I think that will go well.
Yeah. I'm curious to see.
The host, I think it's going to be fine.
Yeah. So in honor of the 2025 Oscars, take a look back at every surprising moment in the show's history, from Will Smith slapping Chris Rock to the Best Picture mix-up heard far beyond La La Land. And we also said, I believe I saw that Will Smith will be back at the Oscars. Obviously it's Monday, so we'll already know by now, but curious to see.
He shouldn't be able to show up.
No, that was crazy.
It should be a lifetime ban.
No, that's crazy. You're gonna, it just, I don't know. It was not in good taste at all.
No. Like I can't watch anything. If Will Smith's in it, I'm like, nope, done.
I know.
I love Fresh Prince, and like occasionally I'll feel like watching it. I'm like, no, I don't feel like watching anything he's in. Gross.
I know, it's hard. It definitely, it's like, I can't get over it. It's just not okay.
Not okay. And I love when Theo Von does his ad where he's like, Will Smith's husband.
I know. I wish I could like play that, because he says something before that, like leading up to it. What does he?
It's like hair plugs.
Oh yeah, like because people like have that
don't have hair,
and then don't have hair, and then he's like, look at Will Smith husband, he's got. Which, like, come on, You're like everybody's being made fun of when somebody's a host, like, or walking up, like it's all in good spirit, and it's not like I don't know.
She's so toxic, though. She's gross.
Oh,
And the fact that Will Smith stays with her is like why I can't stand him.
it's weird.
It's a weird.
Yeah, I don't know about them. But so well before Will Smith stepped onto the 2022 Oscars stage to confront Chris Rock and quickly became the talk of the town, the Academy Awards were filled with unbelievable moments. Take, for instance, 5 years earlier, when just as the cast and crew of La La Land graced the stage to accept their win for Best Picture, a head-turning mistake became abundantly clear. The award was actually meant to go to the coming-of-age drama Moonlight instead.
I don't even know what that is.
Moonlight? It was, I didn't see it, but it was when was this in? Oh, 5 years earlier from 2022. I think it was kinda like, La La Land. I don't know, it's like a
I feel like if you called their name, I don't know. I mean, I know technically they didn't win, but like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So it says, as it turns out, presenters Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway somehow got the envelope for Best Actress instead of Best Picture. Emma Stone, who won earlier that evening for her role in the musical film, and well, the rest is flub history. But that blunder was preceded by a few smaller, albeit memorable ones, like when John Travolta meant to introduce Frozen star Idina Menzel for her performance at the 2014 Oscars, but instead ushered her in by calling her Adele Dazeem. Who is that? Who's Adele Dazeem?
I feel like it's not a person and he just said it.
Why would he
Also,
say that?
he's too old to be presenting awards, I think.
How old is John Travolta?
John Travolta, I don't know if he's okay at this point in his life.
Yeah, this was in 2014. So I'm like trying to think like I don't know. Adele Dazeem? Who is that? Weird. It's a slip up that's managed to stand the test of time, and in fact, the Broadway star has marked the moment a decade later in a hilarious way. Hey, Adele Dazeem, it's Idina Menzel, she said in a March 2024 TikTok. I just wanted to say happy birthday, sending you so much love and positivity. I hope you have the best day. She also sang the happy birthday song to boot. And there's other moments.
Is that a real person? I feel like it's not.
I don't know. Let me see. Adele Dazeem. Why did John Travolta say Adele Dazeem? John Travolta accidentally said Adele Dazeem instead of Idina Menzel's name because he couldn't read the teleprompter.
What are we doing with John Travolta?
That's even worse. And there's other moments that viewers simply can't forget, like when photographer Robert Opel made jaws drop when he ran on stage completely nude during the 1974 show while host David Niven was getting ready to introduce Elizabeth Taylor. What the hell?
Showing up for Elizabeth Taylor? Showing up.
Showing up is showing out.
Dude, let's hope for him.
My God. But there's even more where that came from. Ahead of the 2025 Oscars being held on March 2nd at the Dolby Theater at Ovation Hollywood, keep reading to relive the most shocking moments in the show's history. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper's chemistry sets the Oscars on fire. I do remember people talking about that.
I loved that movie. I've only watched it once because I feel like you can't really watch it again. It was so intense.
Yeah, it was.
But like I was rooting for them to like fall in love, honestly.
I know. It says here that their chemistry had people speculating for days. Lady Gaga told Jimmy Kimmel, "Yes, people saw love, and guess what? That's what we wanted you to see. I guess we did a good job and fooled you."
Don't be. I want it to be real.
Yeah, seriously. Another one says Kevin Hart backs out of hosting. In 2019 for the 2019 show, Kevin Hart announced on Twitter that he would be hosting. He called it the opportunity of a lifetime and that he was blown away by the honors. 2 days later, he stepped down as a host after facing backlash from surfaced tweets from 2011. I've made the choice to step down from hosting this year's Oscars. This is because I do not want to be a distraction on a night that should be celebrated by so many amazing, talented artists. I sincerely apologize to the LGBTQ community for my insensitive words from my past. Interesting. I forgot about that. And then La La Land is accidentally named Best Picture in Epic Flub. John Travolta mispronounces Idina Menzel's name. He doesn't mispronounce it. It's a whole other name.
Different name.
It's not like he's like Idina Menzel. Like that's mispronouncing. He just said a whole fake name. He just like made up a name.
Close enough. I wonder how they got the right person up there. Like, imagine you're like,
Bro.
you're like, it's you. Oh,
Yeah. Like you're gonna be announced, you're gonna go up, you're probably gonna sing, and then they're like, say a whole different name. I'd be like, oh, I'll wait, I guess.
not me.
Jennifer Lawrence falls after winning Best Actress. I do remember this. While taking the stage to accept the award for Best Actress at the 2013 Oscars, the Silver Linings Playbook star fumbled and fell to the ground. I think it was pretty graceful. I want to say it was up the steps, but I could be wrong.
So embarrassing.
I know, and that's such a thing that would happen to her, I think.
Also, the Kevin Hart thing, I don't know why I thought it was when he was like in a cheating scandal. But I guess maybe it was around this time.
Yeah, maybe. Another one, Crash wins Best Picture over Brokeback Mountain with 8 nominations.
Never seen Brokeback Mountain. Like, why was it?
Have you? You said
No.
Me either, but I like low-key want to watch it because everybody talks about it, and I know it's about like these 2 gay men who
Oh, like hear jokes about it, but like maybe we should watch it and do like a reaction.
No, seriously, I think it's actually like supposed to be a really good movie. I think maybe at the time it was like
Racy.
intense, yeah, because I think it's if I'm correct, these 2 men that are like married to women.
Oh.
They're having like a secret affair because they're gay, but I think in that where they are in that time and maybe where they come from, that's not like you're not allowed to be gay. So they're like trying to hide it. I don't know. So I'm interested. I heard there was a few crazy scenes. I'm not.
I'm excited in my chair.
With 8 nominations, Brokeback Mountain was expected to take home the big prize at the 2006 Academy Awards, so viewers were surprised when Paul Haggis took the stage to accept the Best Picture Oscar for Crash. Even Haggis later said the drama didn't deserve Best Picture. Adrian Brody shockingly kisses Halle Berry at the 2008 Awards. Brody was so overcome with emotion that he planted a giant kiss on presenter Barry after he won an Oscar for Best Actor. He just wanted to celebrate.
No hate. I actually have Adrian Brody came out to the racetrack to do the celebrity thing multiple times, and he's just like really sweet.
It seems like it. That's so funny. Bjork, BJORK, but the O has the 2 dots at the top. Bjork, I don't know. Wears a swan dress on the red carpet. Bjork's 2001 dress is one of the most memorable in Oscar history. The Icelandic singer-songwriter wore a dress that looked like a swan.
Oh, is that a female name? Is that
I don't know. Bjork. Let's see.
I've never.
Bjork swan dress. Oh yeah, and it just looks like a swan.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. The Oscars selfie seen around the world, handing her phone to Bradley Cooper to do the now infamous honors of taking a star-studded selfie at the 2014 Oscars. Ellen DeGeneres got Jennifer Lawrence, Jared Leto, Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, and Lupita Nyong'o, and more posed for one epic pic. Oh yeah, I do remember that. Do you remember that pic? It was like a huge selfie of like
No.
huge names together. Oh, Angelina Jolie kisses her brother.
What?
Angelina Jolie planted a giant peck on her brother James Haven's lips at the Vanity Fair Oscar party in 2000. She won Supporting Actress award for Girl Interrupted. Earlier in the night, she said she was so in love with her brother during her acceptance speech.
There's some different kind of in loves that are okay or not okay here.
Yeah, interesting. Last one, Shakespeare in Love wins over Saving Private Ryan. Shakespeare in Love entered the 1999 Academy Awards with 13 nominations, while Saving Private Ryan went in with 11. Still, many were surprised when Shakespeare ended up being the
Have you
big.
seen Saving Private Ryan?
No, I'm like really bad at like seeing things.
I think it's a very depressing movie, like a military movie. I think P and my dad have seen it, but I don't know if we can hang.
Yeah, seriously, I think Brokeback Mountain's probably more our speed.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to see. I don't really care about like watching award shows. Like I don't care who's winning because I haven't seen a lot of things, but I love to see the outfits that people wear. So, and the performances. So I will watch for like the red carpet to see everybody and like what they wear and how they look. And then whoever performs, if there's like good performances. So yeah, I'll probably have it on in the background. But that's the 3 stories for the week.
Okay, our hot topic results are 50-50 hash browns and home fries. So we have no answer for you, but
Yum. I could kill for either of those right now.
right? Like both of them. Ugh. But today's hot topic, I was thinking since the workout, do you prefer to work out at home or do you prefer to work out like home workouts or gym workouts / class workouts?
I think I get a better workout when I'm like in a workout studio or a gym with equipment. I definitely get a way better workout.
These two. I I've never been able to do like a gym workout, I'd say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at one point in our lives, we were part of a gym, and that was fun, but I feel like I wasn't at the point in my life where I was giving it my all.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I've done a lot better with home workouts, like doing Mad Fit. I love.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not opposed to them. I just feel like myself, I get a way better sweat and workout in when I have my headphones on and I'm like in the zone and like that's the only thing to focus on. I feel like when I'm at home, I just like can kind of like, I'm not disciplined enough, you know?
Yeah, to get it done.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see.
You're voting gym.
What'd you say?
You're voting gym / class.
Voting gym. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna vote home because it's all I really know.
Yeah, I love that. You're good at them. All right, guys. Well, that's our podcast for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Like,
It's been a little wild.
comment, vote. Yeah, sorry for all the technical difficulties.
We made it through.
Yeah.
Against all odds.
Yeah. And we will see you guys next week. Bye, dollies. Love ya.
Bye, Hollies.